So I've been getting a lot of comments about how to stop procrastinating. Even when I want to learn a language, I still feel the urge to just not do stuff. And I actually have a way. I have one way that has consistently worked for me and that I consistently use. So let's get straight into it. The number one way to procrastinate less is to be arrogant. And I know what you're thinking listening to that. Arrogance is a bad thing. Why should I be arrogant? That doesn't sound like it would work. Just let me explain. Your brain has got you to where you currently are with language learning. And if you're currently procrastinating, that means your brain, the stuff you're thinking right now, is not actually helping you achieve your goal. So trust me, as someone who has learned languages before, this is actually the way to stop procrastinating, and I'll explain why. So there are different types of arrogance. While arrogance is certainly thought of as a bad thing, and for a good reason, because it can be a bad thing a lot of the time, there are actually types of arrogance that are going to fuel your growth. So I'm just going to minimize myself. There are definitely other types of arrogance that can make you insecure and kind of a dick to be around. But if we use the type of arrogance which I'm about to teach you, it will actually stop you from procrastinating simply because you have higher expectations of yourself. You're more ambitious. You actually want to impress people, and that's why you don't procrastinate. So I've drawn a graph to explain what I mean by good versus bad arrogance. There's kind of two levels it works on. So you've got your self-belief / value, which is kind of being ambitious or being insecure. And then there is also how much you want to grow. So being stubborn and not growing, or being always hungry for growth. The corner of arrogance that we want to be in is this top right one I've circled. So although you're ambitious, you want to achieve things, you're a winner, you're also hungry and you're willing to learn and you're willing to understand what you accept when you're wrong effectively. So this is a really good spot to be, because rather than not actually wanting to do anything or not being willing to change at all, you're in the position of wanting to achieve a lot, but you're willing to learn, which means you're not stuck in your ways. You're not arrogant in the sense that you're not going to listen to anyone and you think you're better than everyone. I think what a lot of people think when they hear arrogance is this corner here, which is basically being ambitious and thinking you're a winner, but you're also stubborn, unwilling to change. This kind of makes you an asshole to be around, simply because you don't actually learn anything and you're unwilling to change and you think you're the best. When you're here, you do think you're the best in like a wholesome way, but you understand you're not actually the best at everything and you're always willing to learn. And then we're not even going to address down here, because if you have no kind of drive to learn or anything like that, you're not going to make any progress. So now that we understand that there is actually a positive type of arrogance, when I say arrogance from now on, I'm talking about having high expectations for yourself and being willing to put in the effort to impress yourself and to learn cool skills. This is how we're going to use it. I want you to decide, how exceptional do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who took 10 years to learn one language, or do you want to be the person who was able to learn Italian in a year, or able to learn French in a year, or able to learn Mandarin in 2 years, something like that? I know for me personally, I don't want to be the person who buggered around and took so long to learn a language and said they were going to do it and procrastinated and etc. like that, because that's just not me. When I set a goal, I work on it. I can't show you because I've got it sticky taped to the desk, but I have goals written down that I constantly look at. So if you're like that and you're anything like me, and you actually do like writing goals down and you like achieving them fast and you like the feeling that you're special because you're able to do things quickly, then good. You should use that to actually fuel you to not procrastinate. So whenever you feel like procrastinating from now on, just remind yourself, I'm not the person who procrastinates. I am ambitious. I want to impress myself. I want to learn quickly. I want to be one of those people that learns languages quickly, and I don't get there by procrastinating. I'm doing myself a disservice by procrastinating. And it goes without saying, when I say arrogant, don't be overconfident. Don't lie to people and say, oh yeah, I can speak Russian, and you know like 10 words. Like I don't say I can speak Russian to anyone. I say I'm speaking it, but I say I can speak it a bit, but I'm learning it, because that's just the honest truth of it. Я могу говорить это, but I'm still learning, so I'm not perfect. I find it hard to speak while I'm in the middle of a flow in English. But yeah, the bottom line is to have high expectations for yourself and to always be making progress, and to never settle for what your current reality is. Always be trying to improve. And guys, if you are that person who does want to improve, I'm happy to give anyone who wants one a free bonus call with me, just to jump on call with me and talk about language learning, talk about where you might be at the moment, what your problems are, and I'll give you a hand completely for free to basically help you move forward with your language learning journey. So just comment below or add me on Discord, anything like that, and we can talk. And if you are also interested in taking language learning a step further, I've got my course linked in the description, so feel free to check that out. But guys, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.